In this video, we're going to be looking at recognizing operations with fractions. 1 says, write an expression that models the problem. Then answer the question. In A, it says, what is 1/5 of 10? If we wanted to find what 1/5 of 10 was, we would multiply the two together. So I would have 1/5 times 10. And we could think of 10 as 10 over 1, and 1 times 10 is 10, and 5 times 1 is 5, and we could reduce 10 over 5 to 2 over 1 because 10 and 5 are both divisible by 5, and 2 over 1 is equal to 2. So 1/5 of 10 is 2. In B, it says there are 24 cups of popcorn in a bag and the serving size is 3 cups. How many servings are in the bag? In order to find how many servings there are in the bag, we're going to take the 24, the number of cups in the bag, and we're going to divide it by the serving size, which was 3. And 24 over 3 could reduce to 8 over 1, and 8 over 1 is equal to 8. So there are 8 servings in the bag. In C, it says a serving size is 4 ounces of ice cream and there are 9 servings in the container. How many ounces are in the container? For this problem, we're going to multiply the serving size, which is 4, times the amount of servings per container, which was 9, and 9 times 4 is 36. So we can say there are 36 ounces in the container. In D, we have a sub sandwich contains 1 ounce of turkey, 2 ounces of ham, and 1 ounce of bacon. How much meat is on the sandwich? So for this problem, we're going to want to add all of the weights of each type of meat. So we have 1 ounce of turkey, 2 ounces of ham, and 1 ounce of bacon. And 1 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 4. So there is 4 ounces of meat on the sandwich. In 2, it says, write an expression that models the problem, then answer the question. And in A, we have, what is 2/5 of 3/4? And we're going to multiply the two together. So we're going to have 2/5 times 3/4, which is equal to 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 times 4 is 20, which we could reduce to 3 over 10. Both 6 and 20 are divisible by 2. So then 2/5 of 3/4 is 3/10. In B, it says there are 24 cups of popcorn in a bag and the serving size is 1.5 cups. How many servings are in the bag? And in order to find how many servings are in the bag, we're going to divide the total cups divided by the serving size. So we're going to have 24 divided by 1 and 1/2. And whenever we have a mixed fraction, we're going to want to turn it into an improper fraction. So we're going to say that this is equal to 24 divided by 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 3 over 2. And now when we divide fractions, we can turn it into a multiplication. So we're going to have 24 times, now we're going to take the reciprocal of the fraction, so 2/3. And 24 could be thought of as 24 over 1. And when we multiply this, we get 24 times 2 is 48. And 1 times 3 is 3. And 48 and 3 are both divisible by 3. And when we divide them both by 3, we get 16 over 1, which is equal to 16. So we could say there are 16 servings in the bag. In C it says, a serving size is 2/3 of a cup of ice cream, and there are 8.5 servings in a container. How many cups are in the container? So in order to find how many cups, we're going to want to multiply the serving size, which was 2/3, times the servings per container, which was 8 and 1/2. And now we're going to turn our mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So we have 2/3 times 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, over 2. 2 times 17 is equal to 34, and 3 times 2 is 6. And this could be reduced to 17 over 3. 34 and 6 are both divisible by 2. And we could also write this as a mixed fraction if you want to know how many whole cups there were and the remainder. So 17 divided by 3 is 5 with a remainder of 2. So we could write this as 5 and 2/3. So 5 and 2/3 cups. So there are 5 and 2/3 cups in the container. In D it says a sub sandwich contains 5/6 ounces of turkey, 2 ounces of ham, and 3/4 ounces of bacon, and it wants to know how much meat is on the sandwich. And in order to do this, we're going to add how many ounces of each type of meat. So we have 5 over 6 plus 2, which could be written as 2 over 1, and 3/4. And when we add fractions, we need a common denominator. And here our least common denominator is going to be 12. 6 could be 6 and then 12. And 4, the factors of 4 would be 4, 8, and then 12. So in order for 5/6 to be written with a denominator of 12, we would have had to multiply the denominator by 2. So we're going to multiply the numerator by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus, and then we have 2 over 1. If we want to write it with a denominator of 12, we had to multiply by 12. 12 times 2 is 24. And then we have 3/4. And if we write it with the denominator of 12, we multiplied by 3. So we're going to multiply 3 times 3. Gives us 9. And this is equal to 10 plus 24 is 34. Plus 9 is 43. So we could say 43 over 12. And then if we wanted to write that as a mixed fraction, 43 divided by 12 is 3 with a remainder of 7. So we could write this as 3 and 7/12. So there is 3 and 7/12 ounces of meat on the sandwich. And if we look at the two problems they gave us, we can see D. D was the exact same question, so 1 and 2 were the same questions. It was just that in 2 we had fractions. So just remember it's the same steps whether you have fractions or whole numbers. And that's our video on recognizing operations with fractions.